beautiful friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to be doing a plan with me and a goal setting with me, and I figured that this would kind of be a good video to do now. November and December are here, and at this time of year I find it gets super hectic, especially around Christmas time. It just gets very hectic with like everything planning, and it just becomes very busy. So I figured that this would be perfect time to plan. November is also a very spiritual month if you guys are into that, and November is great for manifesting and goal setting, and I really want to just kind of set some goals. And recently I've been really feeling like I need to set some goals, and I'm going to set some like long-term goals, like some like goals in the next 6 months that I want to accomplish, and some goals that I want to accomplish by the end of the year, and also just kind of plan my schedule, plan things out, and just go from there. So if you guys are into bullet journaling or interested in learning a little bit more, then you guys can learn with me, because I am still learning. I'm new at this. But yes, if you guys want to set some goals, set in some intentions, then grab a journal. I bought a new one, so grab one and let's do this. All right, I have my tea here. I figured tea would be perfect for this. I also have some crystals here. They're just gonna help with kind of manifesting my intentions and my goals and things like that. So I have some crystals right here. And then I also have a candle. You know, I kind of made this like aesthetically pleased. And also the white glowing light, please ignore it. Anyways, so I recently just picked up a journal here. It is just an easy basic one because this is my first time doing a bullet journal. So I figured why not just do something not expensive on the first try, see if it works out. I really want this to work out because it seems like it's a lot of fun, and it will help me kind of get my creative juices flowing, if that makes sense. Also, I am not very artistic. I am like artistically challenged, so please don't judge my artistic skills because they are not the best, and I am not super artistic at all. So it's gonna be very simple, it's gonna be very basic, and we're gonna go from there. So let's just get started, and I'm going to stop talking so much. So in the first part of the journal, I wanted to start with my 6-month goals. So goals that I want to achieve in 6 months, intentions that I want to set for the next 6 months, and just things that I really want to work on. So that is what we're going to start with, and it's pretty much just going to be like that. So let's get started with some goals. Next day, and I decided to kind of wait a little bit before I filmed what's actually in here. I was losing a bit of sunlight, so it started getting a little dark when I was filming, and then also I had a couple other things that I wanted to just sit down and really think about. A lot of them were like my goals and things like that. I wanted to take the time and think about it before, you know, trying to rush it and everything. And so it is the next day, and I'm just going to show you guys what we did and what I planned out. So let's dive in. So of course I want to start with my 6-month goals, and please, like I said before, little disclaimer, I know I'm not that creative, so just deal with it. So we started with my 6-month goals, and in here I just broke them down into subcategories. I broke it down into fitness and health, career, spirituality, YouTube, and finance. So I just kind of broke it out into different areas, and then underneath it I just wrote down the things that I want to accomplish in the next 6 months. So that is like saving some money, meditating 3 to 5 times a week. Some fitness goals I want to achieve is like handstand push-ups, a muscle up, things like that. So I just put them all here. These are things that I want to achieve within the next 6 months. And then with that, I also did kind of like a vision board, as you guys can see, and I kind of just put my visions in different like things. So I have my vision board for the next 6 months and just kind of where I see myself. So some of the things I took from my goals, I put them here just to kind of like envision them, because visioning your future is actually really helpful for manifesting. And so I just wrote down a bunch of things that I want to envision myself doing. So I just kind of wrote them here, and if I'm meditating, I can just open it up and kind of look at things and then just like meditate and think about them and kind of envision them in my future, and that will help with some manifesting. After that, I went and just did kind of a cover for November and December because I'm merging these 2 months together because I have a lot to do. I just kind of made it like this, and I tried to be a little artistic, but you know, I'm not super artistic, so that's what we got. And then here I did 2 pages here. The first one is some goals that I want to achieve in November and December. And so this I just did meditate, social media detox, financial saving, and journaling. And then I also did like these little grids. So when I go and do the task, I can kind of just fill out the little grids, and then eventually your grid is filled out by the end of the 2 months, hopefully. If not, then you know, you tried. And so with this, for example, meditate, I want to do meditating 3 to 5 times a week. So after I meditate, I can fill out the little boxes. Social media detox is really just for me to kind of delete the apps on my phone every once in a while, because I find that sometimes social media really takes over our lives and we just get too invested into it. So I decided that I would put that on there, so every once in a while take the apps off my phone and just detox from social media, because we all need to do that once in a while. And then on the other side, I just did a gratitude list. I left this pretty open and pretty bare. I just did one gratitude thing here so far, and so I just kind of put dots, and then I'll eventually just fill them out as much as possible, and I'll probably add on a couple pages from there. But I just wanted to have something in here to reflect on. Gratitude lists are really great to help reflect on things that you're really thankful for in your life, especially when you're going through a hard time, and especially since November and December are usually pretty stressful months for people. I think that it's important just to remember all the things that we have in our life and all the things that we're grateful for. Next, I just did another kind of list, a really basic one, and it is important tasks. So these are just appointments that I have, or like things that I need to finish before the end of the year, and that when I have them done, so I have it all written out, I have a couple other things to add on the list, but when I accomplish them, I can just cross them off. So I have a bunch of things that I need to finish before the end of the year, and I just put them on here, and eventually I'll just cross them off. So by doing this, it kind of helps lay out your thoughts onto a piece of paper, because very often I will think of things and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to buy this thing for cheerleading, or oh yeah, I need to sign up this for cheerleading, and I'll remember it in my head, but I won't write it down. And then it'll always be in my head, and it's always making you think and kind of worrying about that thing. Whereas if I just write it down, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to constantly think about it. I can open up my tasks, the things that I have to do when I have free time, and then I can just do it and then cross it off, and that's pretty much it. It kind of just lays your thoughts out, the things that you have to do, onto a piece of paper, so that you're not constantly worrying about it. And when you have the time to do something, you can just cross it off. Over here, I have created a couple video ideas, and then this is like my brainstorming video ideas for November and December. So what I did is I just cut up like a sticky note. I wrote down a bunch of video ideas that I want to do. It's just some brainstorming ideas. It doesn't necessarily mean like that these are gonna be legit video ideas, but because November and December are here, so I just took them, and the ones that I'm gonna definitely use, I will plan them in November and December, and just kind of go from there. So I can take it from one side and just put it on the other, and just kind of sort them around, kind of thing. So if I decide to do one in December and then I want to move it to November, it's kind of easier to move than when you write it down. So they're just like sticky notes, and you can kind of just place it across, which is kind of cool. And since Christmas is coming up, I decided to do a gift ideas list. So I just wrote down everyone's name in my family, everyone's name that I need to buy gifts for. And so I just wrote down everyone's names, and I did write some gift ideas. I just have it here so that when I have a gift idea for someone, I can just write it down here, because usually when I think of a gift idea, I'm like, that's a really awesome idea, and I don't write it down. And then when I go to shop for Christmas gifts, I completely forget what I'm getting that person. So when I have a really good idea, or when I have some ideas, I'm gonna jot it down here. And I think that this is a really good idea if you guys are planning for some Christmas gifts or gifts for people. I really recommend that you write it down, and it will help save your mind and the worry and anxiety in your mind so much. So that is all that I have done for this journal for the months of November and December, and I've also written down some goals for the next 6 months that I want to accomplish. And I think that this is a pretty good start. I'm really excited to kind of fill it out and kind of go from there. I think that this is a great way to plan your life, to plan things. If you're really hectic schedule like I do and like everyone else does, this is really great to just sit down a Sunday afternoon, or if you have just an afternoon off, and just write down the things that you need to do, things that you want to plan, and just go from there. So I hope I gave you guys some ideas. If not, I know Pinterest has tons of ideas. I got tons of ideas from there. And yes, if you guys have any 6-month goals that you guys want to accomplish, let me know down below. I really want to hear your goals. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.